Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the recurve men's gold medal final here in Vegas.
Well, you can see the men walking out onto the field of play right now. One of them is 30-year-old Brady Ellison from the United States and 22-year-old Steve Wijler from the Netherlands. What a match we have. Rio Wild. I'm Greg White. Sitting alongside me, of course, is 14-time gold medalist in world competition, Rio Wild, as we get ready for this men's recurve competition. I'm curious, what do you think? Because these are two heavy hitters.
Yeah, both of them. I mean, Steve has been on a tear since he started about 2 years ago at this age, and Brady's just been solid his whole career. So it's kind of like the two just meet. It's always going to be a good match, and it's exciting to see. You don't always get the big two heavy hitters to roll into the gold medal match.
Steve on the right-hand part of your screen, ranked second in the world. Brady Ellison, seventh in the world, of course. The amount of experience for Brady Ellison, Olympic competition versus Steve, much greater, but when it comes to this indoor stage, not that big of a deal. You can see bronze medal, an all-Korean affair in that match, but this is for the gold and silver. So the winner of this, we're in set scoring. It's 18 meters to the target, vertical face, 4-centimeter 10 ring, about the size of a silver dollar. And Steve will lead us off.
Good shot. I always think when you start, it's so big to get out of the gate and know that your equipment's working well and you're working well.
Shot by Brady. Steve grabbed a click or two. I saw him reach down right before we went to the shot.
Yeah, because you come out here and you're not sure where you're going to hit from the lighting to one place to the other. It's hard to match anywhere. A little bit of a bow arm there.
Yeah. What do you mean by a little bit of a bow arm?
When he fired, his bow arm kind of helped him get it to go off. You know, mentally your mind's like, just stay with the shot, hold it in the middle, and your bow arm, your body's like, here, I can figure out how to help you. He shoots your bow arm, will push it out to the side.
Like Brady, he's glassing it himself.
Yeah. He's just out by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Which, not terrible in this. If Brady shoots a 10, he gets the set. You're not as hurt bad. Or if it was straight score, you'd be down 2 points maybe.
Right.
Brady
Ellison, strong 30. That's going to give him a 2-0 10-point scoring.
That's I mean, no matter what you say in the sets, you don't always feel safe because it can change so quick, but it's also good to get them early points because just a confidence builder.
Yeah, you can see after each shot, Steve's taking a look up at the big screen. We have a Jumbotron in the arena where we're shooting here at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he's trying to catch a little glimpse of what that target looks like. So far, Steve Wijler has not been comfortable. Even after his last shot, Rio, I saw him grab literally a handful of clicks. I mean, I'm sure he was counting, but he looked back at the coach's box and just kind of gave him that look like, hey, what are you going to do at this point? And this is where the set scoring system actually benefits the archer who may not be on point the very first end of competition, where when we get to our compound, it's going to be cumulative scoring. So those points would have been critical.
Yeah, excellent point there, because right now it's not so bad. He's starting with a clean slate now. He's not, you know, I mean, he's down 2 set points, but those
in terms of actual points for this set, he's a clean slate.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes when you get out there and you're shooting in these matches and you just feel like it doesn't work, it's not, you know, like you're making decent shots, but it's just not going where you want it to. It can be really frustrating. Made good comeback.
Yeah, very good
After
comeback.
2 9s, that's a tough statement to do.
Good shot. Now, when I say a handful of clicks, when I'm talking about what Steve was doing to his sight, explain what a handful of clicks means.
Maybe about 5 clicks. You know, like you just go up and down, depending on left or right, whichever way your arrow's going. And in archery, you do a lot of chasing. You know, the biggest thing if you're shooting left, you give it a few clicks left, and that'll make you move your sight or move your aim over a little bit.
So Brady's been dialed in since the first arrow. Steve has got it rolling now.
Steve's shot doesn't look as strong, though. That one did.
Yeah.
Just maybe getting a little more comfortable. You know, like I always say, when you step in these matches, it's like putting your feet in cold water, and you're just a little shocked to get in there, and some guys take it better than others.
Well, Brady Ellison out of Arizona. Like I said, ranked 7th in the world at the age of 30 in Rio. His resume is incredible. He has individual medals and team medals and Olympic medals, and he is the benchmark of recurve archery in the United States.
Oh, agreed. Maybe one of the best in the world. I mean, you're talking to a guy who we've been roommates for a lot of years on the World Cup and World Championship scene, so he's a great shot.
He's also a hunter, and he's competed in 3D archery with a compound bow.
And I was going to say, when he grabbed his binoculars to look, that comes from him shooting compound. My second world indoor I ever won was in Aalborg, Denmark. You know, we talked a little bit earlier about me and Dave, but Brady won the junior division that year when I won the senior.
No kidding.
With a compound, not a recurve, with a compound.
Right.
So
talented.
Yeah, so if you see some of the traits that he has, it can come from that area. Good looking shot.
It's interesting looking down at Steve's target, that shot that we just had. It just doesn't look like a Steve Wijler target because you see those couple of 9s.
Like I said, that could be the first part of just getting your feet in it. You know?
Shaking off some nerves.
And this could be a big make or break here, because if Brady wins this, it goes down to 5-1, and that's a tough hole to dig yourself out of. I mean, as good as Steve fought back, that's just a little open door. Not as good a shot from Brady either.
No.
Which, it's always hard to close the match. I mean, I don't care. Anybody says them arrows that really matter are tough to do. He comes out with a strong arrow. So at best, Brady can split the set here. Go up 4-2.
That was a long
Super long. The one part I hate is to watch a guy get close on the clock.
Yeah.
I never want to see an archer lose an arrow because of the clock. I mean, it happens, and we have it there for reasons, but, man, that's one of the tough ones to really deal with. But now we're all tied up. It's a new match.
Let's go ahead and really talk about this block, though, Rio, because they have 20 seconds to shoot, and if time expires and they're still at full draw and they haven't released the arrow, what happens?
It's a 0. That doesn't count. You get no points. No matter if you let it go, just at the clock. Just like the guy shooting the basketball in the arena, when you go to throw it up and the red light comes on the backboard and you ain't got it out, it's out.
Steve looks really strong on that shot, nice and steady. Taking a look at what happened after he let that arrow go. This is that shot too. And the shaking is part of this, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Dude, they're drawing back a 40 or 50 pound bow, and they are holding every ounce of weight at 50 pounds and trying to aim the bow. It's not an easy thing. I mean, you know, you got to shoot a lot to be physically strong enough to do this. I mean, as they draw back further, it gains more and more weight. And as they pull back, there's a clicker on the front. They try and draw the arrow point behind that, and it will tell them there at the draw length to let go to be more consistent.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
What's at stake for Brady Ellison in this one? He's won it in 2012. He's won it in 2013 and 2016. He would separate himself from Jesse Broadwater and be the first person to win 4 of the World Archery Indoor World Series final gold medals.
9.
Steve trying to win his first. That one was a 9, actually, on Steve's target.
A little low. Oh, good shot.
Good shot.
Nice comeback after that last arrow. A little struggle to put 210 down there.
Steve Wijler, a little bit more movement than we've seen in some of the stronger shots. And it just, yeah, you could
I think
kind of...
that hung, but it just held, it had a little longer hold, like we talked about some of that. And holding that long with a recurve, you build up a lot of tensions. It's hard. That was a quick one.
So what Rio means when he says he thinks that hung is he thinks that arrow might have touched that 10 line, so we're going to wait to see. But at this point, it doesn't even matter if that's a 10 or not, because with Brady's perfect 30, we know Steve's second arrow was a 9. Then that set point is going to be the way it is after the judges take a look at the targets.
Yeah, and that's going to put Steve in a pretty big hole. You have to win this set, win it outright.
Outright. You
got to hope Brady's going to give you something, and you shoot a 30, or you're done. And even at that, even if you win it, you now are going to have to go into a shoot-off to beat him again. So it's a pretty big hole to dig at. Not that I've never seen it before, because I have seen it.
Yeah.
But it is a pretty healthy hole to dig yourself out of.
Another good look at Brady, sending that arrow down range.
So in a way, it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of pressure on Steve to shoot a 30 to make sure you have that. I mean, not that there's not pressure on Brady to finish the match, but man, it puts a lot of pressure on you to know that you have to have those 3 10s. Yep, good, strong start.
Okay, looks like that one caught. It's gonna be a little redemption.
Close. I mean, just on that line, and you just hope for the heavy printing.
Last year, of course, Brady Ellison finishing second.
Both of them, yeah, it's good. Not as center as he's been on the last few, but that one should be solid.
Yeah. Hear the murmurs from the crowd as well.
So now Brady's got to hope for a 9 by Steve. But, I mean, like I said, Steve's been rolling. He's been shooting some good arrows lately. But this is the open door that he really needed to get into that shoot-off.
A little bit of an English there.
Yeah, but it's enough.
Yeah.
It's going to put him in a shoot-off for 5-5.
This could be an important arrow for Brady. Really wanting to center punch it.
Yeah, it can be, and it can be because you're like, really doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's not a big arrow.
Right. Kind of a quick release. Just let it happen because we are going to a shoot-off again. All right. Rio Wild is joining me in this booth. Explain it to us again. We're at 5-5. Normal set scoring would be to 6. So now what happens?
We go to a 1 arrow shoot-off to gain that 1 extra set point you need to win. It's going to be a 1 arrow closest to center to the middle target. And that's the middle target. If you shoot the top or the bottom, it is a 0. And so there's, like I said earlier, the gal shooting the middle and then the top and the bottom. That may be a new idea that wouldn't be bad. I know that I struggle in some locations shooting in certain places because shadows.
Yeah.
But maybe she's found that really works for her. And like I said, I can't disagree that may not be a bad way to teach some people.
For Steve Wijler, back in 2018, last year, he finished with the bronze. In this category, he's trying to capture his first Indoor World Series championship. For Brady Ellison, closest to the center on 1 arrow in the middle target would grab him his 4th and his first since 2016. Little fist bump from his wife, Toya, who's in his coach's box. Compound shooter. So here we go. Steve's going to set the tone with this arrow. Not a lot of room.
But there is room. I mean, it's not
there's room,
but
not a lot for Brady.
And that's
to
the
work
hard
with.
part. It puts you definitely nervous and strategy to get there.
So Steve Wijler will take the gold medal shaky start. The set scoring system. Steve's able to claw his way back into the gold medal.
And come from that hole. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. I don't care who you are, against anybody, who it is. I mean, it was against Brady, so it's tough too. But man, to really dig yourself out of the hole, that's a pretty good feather in your cap.
Hoyt guaranteed the win.
Yeah.
A nice gold and silver photo for the fans.
Yeah.
The 2019 World Indoor Series champion for men's recurve, Steve Wijler, will head home a happy man at 22 years old, continuing to pile on the incredible results to his Palmares.
Yeah. Building a lot of credentials in a hurry, that's for sure. He's doing really well.
A look at our final men's ranking. You can see there was American Zach Garrett in the mix, tied for 9th. We had 16 shooters that go to the elimination rounds earlier on today, and they shot their way into the bronze medal match and silver and gold.
Yep.